Hi, this is Andrew Krug, the Global Community Manager for Niantic Labs, and you're listening to the Agent Academy podcast.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/agentacademy. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle or MP3 player. And now, welcome to the Agent Academy.
Downloading latest intel package. Welcome back. I was getting worried about you.
Agent Academy, episode number 47, recorded on February 11th, 2019. I'm Agent Goonie Guy.
I'm Agent Sally Belly.
And today we're going to talk about Global Hack Challenge, Darsana Prime. The rules came out for this anomaly coming up, and there's some different things, maybe, as well as OPR and missions and cold temperatures and limbo and.
Wow.
So let's do it.
All right.
You got some ands to talk about?
Yeah, why don't you start with an Ian? How was your week?
My week was good. Just been doing the Global Hack Challenge for the most part.
Yeah?
Submitting some portals, though I'm out of submissions now, so I gotta wait to get some more of those.
I guess apparently I misunderstood how that was done. And in the last show, our last episode, I was showing that I didn't know what I was talking about, and got corrected. So I thought you had a certain number of portal submissions, and then as they went through a PR, it would open up again, just kind of automatically. But apparently that is not the case. You have to wait 14 days from the time of the first one of your cycle. Can you hear that? I hope you can't hear that.
Just a little. It's okay.
It's my cat. He's right now. It's why? So you have to do 14 days from the time of the first one of your set number of portals. I don't even understand
14,
that part.
Yeah.
But,
so they're each separate though. So if you do one 14 days later, you'll get another one to do. So it's not like you got to wait 14 days and then they all come back from the last one or something weird. It's just every 14 days you get that one back.
Oh my god.
When you submit it.
Okay.
I believe. Okay. If I'm wrong, correct me.
I don't get it.
I think I got it wrong in episode 2 and got corrected, so I'm sure.
Right.
It's when the rules are confusing.
I just think you should get a set number, and as soon as it goes through OPR, one way or the other, as soon as it clears, you just get then you get another one. But then I guess I don't know.
I would be screwed right now, I think, because
you have too many in there.
Well, okay, so I think I mentioned it last week when I started doing the upgrades for OPR. I got my upgrade, and as soon as it went through, I stopped. Nothing got approved or denied anymore, and so I think I put my whole account into limbo when it comes to OPR.
Okay.
Or it's just RNG, and it'll.
So if it wasn't for the 14-day thing, you would never be able to submit one because none would ever clear again for you, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's better. I'll just deal with it. It's fine.
So now it's how do you keep track of that? There's some apps that'll dig through your email and give you a whole list.
I'll tell you. The easiest way to keep track of it is to push your finger on the screen and see if it's grayed out or not. And if it's grayed out, you can't do it. And if it's not grayed out, you can do it.
That's practical. That works. I like that. I will have to keep that in mind next time I can't submit one. I guess I'm out of submissions.
There you go.
I'll try again tomorrow.
If you want to make plans though and go out, because you don't want to show up at a portal and then realize you're out. I don't know.
Yeah. So when should they up that? Should there be more submissions? Should you get more than 14? Should they just open it wide?
I think that as you get higher in the OPR badges, the badge you get for doing OPR, maybe what they have set now should be like the standard. And then if you hit bronze, you get 10 more. And then when you get silver, you get 10 more. When you get gold, you get 10. That way, people who have earned Onyx and they're still in good standing, they should be able to submit more portals because they know the criteria fairly well at that point.
Yeah.
And two, like maybe if you have good, if you're in good standing, that's just the set amount. But if you're in great standing, you get a bonus 5 for your level.
Yeah.
So it would try and get people to all match the portal criteria a little bit better. And portals everywhere. No, good portals everywhere.
Good portals everywhere.
Good portals where portals should be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think something like that would work. Even I would go with the upgrades right now. It's like you almost don't even need the upgrades.
No, because they go through so fast either way.
Right. So what if they just gave you a permanent +1 for every upgrade?
Yeah.
Instead, so you have 15 and then 16 and.
I would like to see a list of which portal submissions I still have out there, because I swear there's a church that I submitted like a year ago.
There's an app.
Is there?
Do you remember the name of the church? Because then you could just search your email.
It's like on the corner.
Search your email for it.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been going through their.
I never got the email that said that it was. I got the email that it was confirmed that I submitted, but I never got the email about any decision. So I guess
in
it's just still out
limbo.
there. Yeah. And then the other day, this ice rink, apparently I submitted it twice because it got rejected like twice. I got like 2 rejection emails, but I don't know when I submitted it. Like it must have been in the summer or something when I was last at that park. So I was like, wow, that took a long time to hear those no's, but.
Well, and I think that's how I screwed myself with mine. I've submitted this portal apparently like 5 times. And it got rejected once, which is stupid because it's a church, and unless it was in the do not submit list, there's no reason why it shouldn't be approved. And so I probably shouldn't have submitted it after. I thought it got denied, so I thought I was just submitting it, again, and then I guess I submitted it again. And then I submitted it again. I'm just going to submit it every few months.
Yeah.
Until it kicks me out of OPR or something.
If you think it's a legit portal, just keep resubmitting it. So.
Well, it's not getting denials. It got one. It got one denial out of those 5, though. So I think it's just confused now.
Maybe.
So I'm sorry, everyone. It's my fault if you've got portals in limbo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna resubmit that ice rink because it's a public park ice rink. It should. I don't know.
Yeah.
It should be.
Do you do the entrance? You do the entrance of the rink, not like in the middle of the rink.
Yeah, this probably was a bad portal pick. I'll have to, because last time I was there, it was a summer, so the sign wouldn't have been up for the ice rink. So now it's there, so now I can go take a better picture of it. But so I'll do that. And I noticed too, I never submitted the basketball courts at that park, so I'm gonna do that. Because when I was out over the weekend, look at that segue. I did a mosaic mission for the town I live in, and it's a mosaic mission I created, so I know it hits every portal in town. So it also worked for the hacking competition, I don't know what you call it.
The global challenge.
The global challenge.
That's what we'll call it, yeah.
So I knew like no one was playing in my town because I wasn't getting any notifications of anything getting blown up or anything. And the map looked. Only thing that changed on the map was the stuff I did after I was done. So I'm pretty sure I claimed all of those. But yeah, and I misunderstood. Like I thought, I guess we can go into like what the global challenge is, but I was misunderstanding. I thought like if green got hacked a portal first, then that counted towards the green side. And if blue hacked it first, then it would count towards the blue side, and then if a green came up and hacked it later, like no, that counts towards blue. So I thought it was a much more like rush to hack stuff type of challenge than it ended up being. But
Yeah, when they sent out their initial, like, this is what the event is, it really didn't explain things too well. So there was a lot of information going around about what everybody thought it was and this and that. So they finally, clarified it on their Instagram, and it's separate per faction. So it's just the total number of unique hacks per faction. But there's still no way to know if something's been hacked yet.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you try to go get the ones out in the boonies, or do you go to cities where there's not many agents playing? Because it'd be faster for me to drive to a city 2 hours away than hunt 2 hours for 5 portals, in the middle of nowhere. Like, that's going to get me more portals.
But if another agent had the same idea and, like, you're the same faction and you're doing the same stuff, one of you's not doing any good. So.
Right. And so that kind of sucks. It'd be nice to know.
A visual element would have been nice, like how we've talked about this before in Pokemon Go, how they have a little ring around a portal if you haven't hacked it yet. And so a ring around a portal, some sort of visual indicator of some sort to let people know that either, yes, blue had already hacked this, or yes, green had already hacked this, or maybe, no one's hacked it yet. But yeah. I don't know what they would do. I don't know, maybe that's too taxing for the system. But
or something. I mean, it's just
indicators in Pokemon Go, and there's a lot more players playing that, so it seems like that could be handled.
Yeah. Well, and these type events kind of frustrate me. Like, badge or no badge. Like, I assume there's no badge at this point, so that kind of sucks.
I haven't heard of one. Yeah, and there's no counter. Like, even like just a little counter for my now stats. So I could see, like, oh, you've contributed, 18 hacks towards the glyph, hack challenge or whatever. But
and how many has your faction gotten? They had mentioned they were going to post the scores, but I haven't seen anything yet. Maybe they are posting them somewhere. And the last thing is, like, what you win for it. It's something for the anomalies, but is it just a little bit of intel, or is it a victory point? Like, how much does it actually count? And I think all of that just together is just frustrating to agents in general. It's just like, well, I spent 6 hours on Saturday, actually Sunday, because Saturday I was doing brakes on my wife's car. Sunday I was, and is it
testing out those brakes?
Right? And is it worth it? Did I just waste my time, hacking all these portals when I really need to be farming gear for the anomaly coming up?
Yeah. Or, maybe you were hacking stuff, but some other agent was there on Saturday and did it all before you.
Right.
And so you can't tell.
Yeah, and there's no way. Like, locally, I've been making little maps of, like, our local area, but someone could be coming in who doesn't know that we're doing that and could be hacking stuff, and we could all just be over hacking it, and it's just... So, yeah. And then we'll never know. Like, even after the event's over, we're not really going to know, like... Did we just waste our time because someone else came through and did it? So
it's a
little frustrating.
Mystery. We're enjoying the mystery of the experience at this time.
Right.
Yeah. Look how positive I am.
I like that. We need that. A little positivity. Because I don't like just going, man, this sucks. Because I appreciate that they're doing an event at all.
We like the game. We play the game. We do a podcast about the game. We do enjoy this experience.
So offering suggestions, though, I guess is what we're doing. How to improve it next time.
Just ideas, We're just on the outside looking in. This is our view. Maybe there's something to solve that we aren't aware of. But we're just giving our view.
And so let us know, other agents who listen to the show, let us know what you think about the event. Maybe we're missing something. Maybe there's something that you love about this type of event and you want to talk about it. Let us know. But it does look like they're going to be using similar techniques or technology, I guess, in the upcoming anomalies. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But you had more stuff to talk about, I believe.
I had one more thing. I did walk like an hour in 19-degree weather Sunday just to get one portal out of my way. I did this mission series in a park that has a lot of trails, and so few people did the missions, but they were all blue players who did the missions. So they found all these portals and they made all these links, and it ended up like blocking me from making the links I usually like to make. So I'm like, that backfired a little bit.
So you're going to go in and delete the mission?
No. Well, actually, no, because I do like that it got me like thinking like, well, how do I get around? And so because of where it was such a pain to walk to, and I was like walking through woods and stuff, and they had held it for a long time too. They've been recharging it because it was a nice little blocker. But finally went back there and blew it up and got a couple keys for myself. But we but I go back there, it's freezing. I see like 2 people the whole time I'm back there, and it was super creepy because I was by myself. And after I get back, the person who was holding, or actually the person who had originally went and got it, he messaged me in comms and he's like, "Hey, how'd you get through all that mud?" It was really muddy, I guess, when he went. But because I went in 19 degrees, like all the mud was frozen solid, so I just walked right over it.
Like I skated.
Cold, super cold. So by the time I got back to my car, I was done with walking Ingress, and I was thankful for car grassing.
So can you do like some mud skiing when it's that icy? Or?
No, this was kind of flat. So, yeah. No,
cross country mud skiing, not a thing.
Yeah. You could see where other people had sunk down when it was mushier, but then it was frozen solid. I could just walk right across it. So, I'm not sure what would be better, like to go when it's warmer and sink in all the mud, or to go when it's cold and like, but I can walk right across it, so it's not a big deal.
I think cold. Like, I hate mud.
Yeah, and I had new shoes on too, because when I went back to this one park, I had not planned to go and take that portal at all.
Yeah.
But then I saw it was like I pulled up the Intel map on my phone, and I'm like, well, it's not that far. How far could it be? And so I started walking down this like trail. It was
You're
far.
like, it's far.
Yeah,
and I don't
half an hour there, half an hour back.
Oh, okay. Well, and I don't mind mud, like just rolling around it if you have somewhere to like wash off afterwards, but I don't want to get in my car like with
Or
muddy
your shoes,
feet.
and old shoes, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's because I'm scarred from when I was in middle school. I got into I was in a carpool, and one day, one of the girls that I was in the carpool with, her older sister who was in high school, picked us up, and it had been raining, and I got in her car with muddy shoes, and she flipped out on me. And so I remember it to this day, and so it scarred me. So, yeah, ice over mud.
But now you're very conscientious about getting into people's cars with clean shoes, right?
Yeah. But I do go by her house every once in a while and just throw mud on her front doorstep.
Oh, so no then. The answer is no.
Just leave footprints in mud on her doorstep. I remember. I write in it. And then
That's awful. Awful.
I don't really. That'd be creepy. A little bit.
That would be. Yeah. So
yeah.
But it was nice. Had some cross-section chat about the trails.
You're like, did you enjoy the walk?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, it was cold. Let's see. That's about it. I think I'm all caught up for my week. Are you caught up on your week?
Yeah, for the most part. So
Yeah.
All
right.
Let's do this.
Situation report.
We've got news. Most of it is Darsana Prime. The rules, we'll get to that in a little bit, but before we do, we've got some normal news. If there is such a thing in Ingress, it's all abnormal. But I did want to say, if you listened to the show live last week, you might have missed a call-in from Agent Vane, who is basically our resident GORUCK expert. He's calling in and let us know about it. He called in and let us know about a GORUCK challenge for February. So just go back and listen to the episode either on iTunes or YouTube, and it's the very first thing. It's just edited in on the front, and it's great information. So we appreciate Vane sent that in. And that's episode 46. So also we're still waiting for the AMA for Andrew Krug, but he's Down Unda, I guess. So nothing yet. soon.
I got nothing to add to that. I saw the picture from the Australian first Saturday, and it looked like they had a nice group. That's all I got to add. I don't really have anything.
Okay, well, crikey. So also, I think we mentioned 2.17 patch for Ingress. It came out, and there was no capsule renaming there. So what do you think that was? Was that just a troll with that picture going around?
That was heartbreaking. That was cruel.
Right.
And mean. I was looking like at my capsules, like, am I supposed to touch it or tap it or manage and mess around? Like, I don't know.
You start telling people, no, you got to drop the capsule, and then when you pick it back up, it will have the option. And then when they do, you grab their capsule real quick.
Yeah.
And you go, no, you got to do the quantum capsules first.
You have to fill it completely.
Right. With, let me see what I need.
Bursters.
And
you can always use level 8 bursters.
some resonators. I'm out of resonators this week. Like, I keep having to go farm.
You know what? I will never run out of level 8 resonators. I need every other resonator, though.
Yeah, not 8s, all. I was out completely. No resonators. 1 through 8.
0.
Nothing. Absolutely zero. And was
That's
like,
awesome. That's how it should be. Well, no, it's not how it should be. But you should be like tossing out so many resonators and claiming and all that stuff. And of course, then you should be glyph hacking so you get stuff back out of it. So I don't know. There should be balance. You must find balance, sir.
Yeah. No, it was glyph hacking too, but
all right.
You know,
Not
resonators. I wasn't getting enough. So that's that.
But throw some heat sinks down and do it again.
Give me some, a bunch of level 3. No, not there.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right.
It seems like such a waste sometimes to, like, I'll throw on, stuff to, if I need keys off a portal. Mm-hmm. Like, then I don't feel like it's a waste. But just to get, like, level 3 and...
Keys. I agree. Yeah.
But...
If I'm like parked in a church and I need to head down to the next church, I'm like, green heatsink, let's go.
I'm not waiting. For another hack.
Not 5 minutes, come on.
So also, changes are happening over at Ingress.com. You might have noticed, or you might not have noticed, that Investigate tab. It used to go to stories... things like Dunraven Foundation videos, which there are 2 new ones, 13 and 14. But anyway, the new tab, or the same tab, goes to a new place. It goes to a new subreddit, Wearer of Hats, which is P.A. Chapeau's name or whatever, but he's running the Reddit. Oh wait, actually excuse me.
His user,
that's his user. I went straight to his user because it's easier to like see everything he's saying. So the subreddit's actually something different, and it's coming up really slow. Which is just Investigate Ingress. If you're familiar with Reddit, it's just a subreddit, so it's /r, not like a pirate, just the letter R /Investigate Ingress, all one word. And then you'll get to a bunch of posts, which looks like... Oh, that's why it's messed up. It's just the CSS for this Reddit right now is a little screwy. So I'm sure that'll get fixed. Because it might have just been my monitor.
We record.
So that looks like it's a good sign that that's where they're going to go instead of G+, which closes, any day now.
Yeah, maybe.
So go make your Reddit accounts with your agent name.
Oh, man.
Doesn't that suck?
I already have a Reddit account.
Right? Do you want to start over? Nah, just use your whatever Reddit account. Who cares, right?
Well,
you don't have to worry about...
But then I don't want to have to, like, log... Well, that's the thing, because, like, sometimes if I'm using it on my phone, like, am I going to log in and out of one user to another user just when I switch subreddits? Like, no. So...
Right. Yeah. I'm not really... Reddit is a place...
Friend it up.
on the internet, and I'm not sure I think it's a great place for... I hope they don't like go everything there, like sit reps and everything, and just, well, that's what we're using now, Reddit, because it just doesn't house information the same way as other places.
I love Reddit.
It's good for what it is, but I just don't think it's good for this.
I was thinking about that. I don't know, like, because communities tend to use like Google Plus pages for their like front door, I guess you'd say.
Right.
You could do that with Reddit. You could, you could have a pinned thing up at the top telling people where to go, and then people could just post their intros and stuff like that. And then you could have private Reddits that once people are approved, you can like let them in to that information, just like you did with Google Pages. I like the anonymity of Reddit better.
I feel like there's a lot of having to, like, pinning stuff is a little bit hard. Like, I think there's a way to, like, have the information, like, when you need information a year from now of something, it's harder to find in Reddit, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't really stay organized, whereas, like, in other...
If your person who manages it knows what they're doing, they could, over on the side, they could have things listed, like, frequently asked questions and stuff. Like, you could have tabs up at the top as well. It's just a matter of if the person who is managing the Reddit knows how to do all that stuff.
Yeah. But
you could.
To say that, I don't think G Plus was a good place for the for the stuff either.
One thing I think that was G Plus is the big thing I did not like about G Plus is that it used your real name, and especially for something like Ingress, it just seems like a bad idea.
Well, and it seems like they've either relaxed the necessity for that, or because used to, like, my name was like Brent Goonie Guy, like it was the only way I could get Goonie Guy in there as a nickname or something stupid.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, it was like all of a sudden my page was gone. It was like, you can claim this page, and I'm like, well, y'all are about to shut down. But I was like, wait a second, let me edit this. So I edited it, and I just changed my name to Goonie Guy, and it let me. And it let me claim the page. So it's like, now suddenly you can go and just do your handle.
That seems
instead.
odd. Why change it if you're deleting it all? Like,
yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, why all suddenly, let you do it or whatever.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could just use the Agent Academy website and make your groups there. That's a possibility. Do your documents. Anyway. So that was a lot of information about one tab. There's a lot of other stuff you can dig around on the Ingress website. They're obviously working on a bunch of different stuff. So you might find some broken links, places that don't exist yet but look like they're going to. There's like a new community page that I found when I was kind of digging through stuff. So I don't know if that'll go to a Reddit or what. Are we going to hear about the that company they bought that does all the community stuff? Is that coming soon? Or is that all for Harry Potter? Interesting questions.
Interesting questions indeed.
Global Hack Challenge, we talked about a little bit. It will be going on till February 15th at 1800 UTC, which is, I believe, 12 noon Central Time.
Sure.
Or at least that's when I started. I don't know.
Sure.
Something like that.
Sounds good. Yeah, that seems about right. But I thought it was till the 11th, so I was like bummed today. I was like rushing out on my lunch hour, get hacking portals because I thought I had to get them by 1 o'clock today, and then I was like, oh no, I had days to do this. Oh well, at least I did them. Maybe I got some uniques. Who knows? Because you can't tell.
Yeah,
so,
you
I
can.
Don't know.
Yeah, you can. So I took a picture before and after when I went out on the long thing, just so I could at least look at how many unique portals I got that day. I don't know if they counted for the event, but I ended up getting like 50 just uniques from going out. So I was like, okay, at least that was happy about that. So also coming up is Darsana Prime. There's 2 weekends into February coming up, and also in March for the second day of sites. And the rules came out today. I don't know if you had a chance to read the rules. There's a bunch, and they're similar to the last cycle of anomalies.
There's a lot of rules.
But then there's some differences.
Oh my. What are the differences, sir? Or do you not?
One of the things is hacking media. So and this may have been in a past anomaly that was before my time, like starting, but there's going to be one challenge where you hack portals, and they'll have little ornaments on the portal to let you know if it's one of these, and so it'll open for a few minutes, and you go and hack those, and you'll get media, and these medias will be in groups like alpha, beta, omega, whatever. There will be like this set of media, and if you get a complete set, then that counts as a point. And how many ever complete sets you get for your faction, but only one per agent, you get points. And so then whichever faction has the most points of that will win that section. That's the artifact collection section, and there'll be multiple sets. So there'll be one that's, the alpha omega one, and then there'll be one that's the colors, and then maybe one that's the numbers, and then you can trade too. So it'll be interesting to see if people are actually like running off to try to trade where there's no agents, or just dropping them. Will people be playing sweeper mode where they're just looking for people dropping these to try to get sets to gather up? And then as well as that, they say do not destroy the media till up to an hour. Actually, they say keep them for a long time, because it may not count till up to an hour after the anomaly ends. So that'll be a change too. Usually you know pretty much pretty quickly who won when the scores and everything are in. But since this one, we're not going to know who wins that part of it, the artifact collection, until up to an hour after it. So that'll be interesting.
That's scary.
Yeah. And they're doing the unique hacks again. So this will just be everybody hacks as many portals as you can during the whole 3 hours, and they'll throw out the top and the lowest 15% scores from each faction, and then the faction who has the most average of hacks between all their agents will get 75 points added to their score. So that's not new. They've done that before.
Yeah.
And then they'll do the longest exponential path. And these are basically where you have a starting portal, and then you can make up to 8 links, but you can't use any portal previously in that path. So you go portal A to B, and then B to C, C to D, but you can't go to D to C. And you get points for the length of each of those, and it will be times the link number. So link 1, you'll get, let's say they're all 10 kilometers. Link 1, you'll get 10 points. Link 2, you'll get 20 points. Link 3, you'll get 30 points, all the way up to 8. And then whoever has the most during the measurement times, and there'll be 9 measurements, will get the points for that one. And then capture battle, which is just controlling portals. All the portals in the playfield are counted, and then there'll be volatiles, which are just special portals with ornaments on them that tell you they're worth plus 2 points for that volatile, and they'll take 9 measurements during the 3 hours, and you'll get the raw scores will be the highest score achieved at any one of those measurements. So whatever your highest score was, and then you'll add up those 4, actually the 3. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 3 competitions, and then you'll add on whoever wins the 75, and then whoever wins that will get 1 victory point for that city. So it'll be interesting. And then there's the global challenge going on at the same time, which this is for everybody across the world. So if you're not going to an anomaly, listen up. This is for you. You can get involved, and this is where I think this whole event may be happening right now just to test the tech for this part. The global challenge is distinct portal captures. And it's going to be portal capture can only count once for each faction. So say if you take a portal and you're enlightened, you get a point. If resistance comes and takes that portal, they get a point. If you go back and take that portal, you get nothing. You still only get the 1 point. Good day, sir. So, and then the faction who gets the most unique captures during the anomaly thing will get 1 victory point the first weekend in February, and then 2 victory points for the weekend in March. And we're not done yet.
Oh my god!
You thought we were done. So, but this is the miscellaneous notes and the good stuff.
Okay.
So during the whole anomaly event, from when the first anomaly starts until the last anomaly ends, every agent will get 1.5 times AP.
I like that.
If you're on site at one of the anomalies during the 3 hours of your anomaly, you'll get double AP, which is doubling the 1.5 AP. So you'll get 3 times AP.
That's awesome.
For that 3 hours. And then something also kind of cool that they're adding is they are going to have public leaderboards for the unique portal hacks and the AP gained. And then, like they've been doing for the past few anomalies, they've been sending an email to each agent who is at the anomalies with how much AP they gained, and so that doubles and they get that again, basically. But it tells them stuff like how many they hacked and what percentage they were in at the anomaly of the hack. So it's some cool information.
I love the idea of leaderboards. It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier for this current global challenge that we would like to have.
Right? Yes. That leaderboards would be cool.
That would be good. Some indicator somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. Oh, and we have a, to wrap up the whole Darsana Prime, here's the quick and dirty rules from Darsana herself.
Agents in each faction are competing for one of 2 Darsana lenses, one each weekend. Over 3 hours, the factions will be competing in 4 simultaneous competitions. As an agent, you will be able to participate in any of these areas, but you may do best to focus on one. The Darsana lenses are irregular lenses. You see a vision of the future, and you see a path to reach it. It's an invisible map to the future you see when you look through the lens. Possession of a Darsana lens will benefit your faction in Abaddon Prime, and help determine the ultimate fate of the Osiris universe. All agents participating in the anomaly will be recognized by the NIA with an in-scanner badge, and will receive double AP for their actions during the anomaly. There will also be a global AP multiplier during the entire anomaly period, so participants will receive a total of 3 times AP. So, the articular, what is that word? They used a weird word. It wasn't ocular, it was like, it's anyway.
The lens?
The Darsana lens will show us the future.
Yeah.
The articular. I don't know, what'd she say again?
Agents in each faction.
No, I'm just kidding. I want to play that again.
Huh, well that's interesting. I want to see the future. Let's win.
Let's
Hey
do
guys,
it.
let's win.
Do it. All of us. Everyone listening. Let's win.
Yeah. Hey, all the res people and the enlightened people, let's win.
Or if you're resistance, don't listen for the next 30 seconds.
I said res. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's what I mean when I say resistance.
I know. I was just saying they should turn off the radio for 30 seconds while we...
No, they're going to win too. We're all going to win.
We're all winners.
We're all winners here.
You're getting the participation trophy.
Yeah.
So, anyway, on to this. On to something with a really long bumper.
Agents, it appears we have found something interesting. Media acquired.
So, we have I thought this is very interesting with all of our mission talk lately. Agent Child from the Ingress Reddits. I don't know if that's their actual in-game name or not. That's a Reddit name.
Okay.
Posted a new plugin that you can use with your Tamper Monkey stuff, which you probably already have installed if you use IATC. And also, you don't, Zelly Belly, but everyone else
No plugins.
in the world.
No plugins.
This is a plugin for the mission creator, and it adds a bunch of new cool features to the mission creator, making it look all cool, and you can add categories and some really cool stuff. So we'll link to this in the show notes. I was going to show you the picture of it, but you can go to the link and look at it if you want. But it gives you a little better information of where your mission is in the process, like whether you're in a... Because right now it'll say like draft, and it's like, well, is this because I have it in draft mode, or is this because they, denied it?
You get an email when it's rejected.
Right, but when you go back with your, 149 missions, and you only have room for one more mission, and you're like, wait, did this get denied, or was I working on it? I don't remember. So this will tell you.
I have a question.
Yes.
What happens when you max out how many missions you have? Say, it's 150, right?
I think that's what I've seen.
It. So say you have 150 missions, but then you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, I thought of this way cool mission, and I've got this really cool artwork I just created for this really cool like little badge, and I gotta delete one of my missions. And so you go in and you delete ones that you're like, I just threw this one up here. This is not a really good one anyway. So you delete that mission. You put up your new mission. What happens to the people who've completed that mission? Do they keep that badge, or does it go away?
That's a good question.
That's my question.
Do you got a mission that you want to test this theory out on?
No, because I think it's mean if it goes away and someone actually did it.
Right.
I guess I could do a mission, do it myself, and then delete it. Like if I just did it myself really quick, but I'd just be risking someone else doing it. I deleted it. But.
You could use this Reddit thing you love so much and go and ask them.
Ask somebody. I could.
You wouldn't get flamed. I promise. It's a safe zone. You can post what you want, and they won't call you a noob or anything.
Right. Have you been to Reddit?
they won't ban you from the Reddit. That hasn't almost happened to us. It has. Oh, just a warning: do not post the episodes on Reddit. You will get banned.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I think it's we should experiment, because I'd like to see what happens if you change the image. Mm-hmm. Does the image change?
It does.
So you could just start putting frogs in all the images after the Resistance did the... And you can't get rid of it.
Why are you giving these ideas out? Oh my god.
Well, because I think someone did that locally. All of a sudden, I looked on someone's scanner and they had like just a bunch of Smurfs on all their badges, and I was like, aren't Smurfs copyrighted?
I did a mission, and I had a picture of the item, but I didn't like it, so I went back and took my own, because I took a picture offline. You're not supposed to do that, but they accepted it, so it's not my fault. It is my fault. I don't know why it wouldn't be my fault.
You got an exception. So what aren't you supposed to do?
You're not supposed to take an image offline. It's supposed to be like your own image that you've created. Or
you're not supposed to steal an image.
I stole an image.
Okay.
And so, but I didn't want to steal an image. I was just in a rush to get, I had this mission idea, and I did it. But then I actually went to the place and took a picture and then submitted it as a new image. And re-uploaded it. So,
that's good.
And it did, my one friend had done the mission, and it did update. So
your one and only friend? What am I?
My one and only friend.
You have more than one friend. I know this for a fact.
I have one friend.
You have more than one friend. Speaking of friends, you had a bunch sent in stuff this week, so let's see what they have to say. And
what's in the capsule?
What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule?
There we go. So we actually have some audio, some call-in. First one here is from Agent Monkey Pelt.
Agent Monkey Pelt of the Tucson Enlightened. Just wanted to expand on last week's discussion on increasing inventory space or earning chaotic matter units. A good step toward this might be to award chaotic matter or inventory space in small increments for registering for and attending official cross-faction social events, like First Saturday or Mission Day. Maybe they could award a key locker or a beacon or media locker, hint hint, wink wink, to agents of the winning faction that participated in an anomaly series. Just a little Shaper influence seeping in here. Stay safe and have fun, agents.
I think inventory space, because they don't let us increase it at all, and having it be something you could win, people are going to go cutthroat on that and just be bitter as all get out when they lose. Like either side. Because that is that's obviously something everyone would freak out about, and it would be such a game changer for the side that won.
Yeah, that's true. But I wonder if, I think like you're saying, for like mission days or for First Saturdays, maybe giving some kind of chaotic matter to be able to buy or create this new space that you have. Like I think
I like the idea of earning space from either side. Yeah.
And it could be from going to anomalies, going to mission days, going to meetups, or participating in events. Like maybe that's how you knew you hacked a unique portal this week, is you got one little, and maybe it's a new thing. Maybe it's but it's some kind of building block that then they could introduce some new mechanic of more space or more a media capsule, but you could start building stuff, some kind of trade skill, kind of like building with this new thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, space is such a problem, like after a while, like I tried to give away a quantum capsule today and I couldn't, because people don't want them, because you end up hoarding too much in them. So you don't want them because they're just empty.
Yeah, now it's just like all bursters and resonators and green mods.
Keys.
You can do rare. Well, yeah, and keys. But then it's just like, now I've got all my key lockers filled up with, specific keys. Like
keys that are necessary for things.
And yeah. And it's just like, you sit there, like today I spent an hour just sitting there just going through my keys, making sure, because I'm trying to get ready for the anomaly, and it's like, well, I need this much space now. So we need like 800, 16, 17, 1800 spaces of specific gear.
Yeah. How do you even, I don't even know. Like every single slot is figured out at that point.
So yeah, it's a lot of key burning. And it's like, well, this isn't a key I need. It's one I just want. But, oh well, can't want right now. But give me my anomaly loadout, so I can just switch over to that. That's what I would like. We have an
update from our live chat room. Apparently, when a mission is deleted from the system, the people who completed it still retain the badge.
Nice.
That's kind of awesome. Then, if you wanted something that was time sensitive, like if there was a festival in your time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
Or we did the first Saturday and we made a mission for it.
And you could delete it. Then
the
people who could do it, or who would have it, are the people who did it that day.
And then you can make a new one for the next time that was...
That's awesome.
Yeah. So...
super special mission badges.
Like I made a mission, or submitted, it's not made yet, but submitted a mission for New Orleans Darsana Prime for just like a group of friends, right? So... Once we do it, if it gets accepted and we do it, then I'll delete it, and then other people can't do it.
And then
we can remake it, or make it for the next anomaly. And then also another way to do that, honestly, I don't know if they'll accept this, though, is like you put a password, on one of the portals, because you can, make a passphrase,
Yeah.
and then no one can do it unless they have that passphrase. Because really all you have to do is just misspell the word, but tell the people you want to know it the right way.
I guess. That's mean.
Yeah, it can be.
I don't like that.
But then you delete it after you're done with it.
Yeah. I
Just,
guess.
there are all ways that you... Anyway, so there's another one here from Agent Dewey J.
Hi, Dewey J here with something for what's in the capsule. How about something called decay boosters? They set the decay time on all the resonators to the time that mod is installed, and it reduces the charge of all the resonators by a certain percentage. So a common decay booster would be 15%, rare would be 30%, and very rare would be 45%. And then after it's done, it remains in the slot. So use it to time the decay of resonators on portals to drop links or kill those portals if you're planning an op. That way you don't have to have agents at portals to drop them. It'd be a lot less noticeable than using a virus, which will show up on comms. And let's say that you needed a fully charged portal to decay in 4 days. So you could mod it with a very rare decay booster. The resonators go from 100% to 55%. And when the mod's installed, 4 days later, it'll decay 60% more, and the portal will drop its links and it'll die. Also, if the portal is flipped with a virus after you use a decay booster, you've used up one of the mod slots and the other side can't do anything with it, so it's pretty much useless unless they strip those mods with attacks. Of course, there is a downside. The downside is that if the other side sees decay boosters on a portal, they may be able to figure out the approximate time of an op that portal would be involved in. Just an alternative to the good old link laser. Thanks, guys.
Link laser! We need a shirt.
There. We do. I need to make shirts. You're right. Put them out there.
So, I think it's an idea. I think he kind of nailed it on the head, though, at the end there, that you would either have to use these a lot to get the other faction kind of used to seeing them, so when you actually needed to use it for an op, they don't think something weird about it.
But I could see people using them a lot to just get rid of them, because you have the badge where you need to install like a bajillion mods to get Onyx. So start dumping some link amps on stuff,
Or just clearing out, the area so you can refield and things like that quicker.
Yeah, because if you're the only player in an area, which happens for a lot of people, waiting for everything to die so you can just refield again is boring. And so doing it faster is better than doing it slower.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to Soho this, though, with a little bit of... You control people with it.
Yes, you could kill...
Which would be the...
Oh, man, what about...
like your own faction, like...
Yeah, if you had, like, internal fighting, like, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Because now, as it is, like, if someone blows a field of, of your teammate... You typically, whatever chat system you're using, you just kind of reach out to that person and be like, "Hey, really sorry, had to do that because of this,"
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "I don't care."
And I mean, you can't.
There's no guardians anymore, so no one cares.
Right. Well, and oddly enough, I'm over like 400 days on my what would have been guardian, But
yeah, someone blew mine not too long ago, and they I didn't even tell them, but someone else knew it was mine, and so they told him, like, "You blew her guardian," and he messaged me. He's like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "I don't care. There's no bad."
There's like this one hope of like maybe they were just saying that and letting it go a year and then giving it to people. But no. Same thing with Seer. Like, I want Seer back for submitting portals, but
me too.
Sad about that. I have my one Seer point.
Why don't they like that? Can I ask what the grievance is?
I think they think people will just submit portals to try to get the badge.
People just submit portals all the time anyway.
I think they'll just I don't think it's
you get garbage anyway.
I think at the time you didn't have a 14 portal submission limit.
Oh. Okay.
And so people were just submitting as much as they could to try to get the badge. Kind of like people doing OPR and doing 10,000 OPRs in a day. So they may not be looking at it as well as maybe they should.
Yeah. How many are people doing it a day? I do like 100 a day, and it's like enough.
There was a Reddit post where someone, I don't even want to get the numbers now, but it was incredible. Like, it was like, so you were doing 8 an hour for 12 hours straight for a week with these numbers you're saying you did. And it was just bizarre and crazy. And that's when I learned about that plugin where you could basically have profiles of different portals, like a church or sports field, and then you just click one button, make sure everything's right, and then go on. So they were being able to do them in like 5 seconds instead of like. But
I heard
I'll take 5 minutes on one or more sometimes.
Yeah, I've timed out actually on a couple, but well, it's not my fault. Someone submits a mural, and it's clearly like they took a picture of the mural somewhere in the area. So I'm sitting there on Google Maps.
You're driving over there? I'm going to go see.
Like, the mural is here somewhere. And I find it on like someone's personal garage, like 3 blocks over from where they said it was. I'm like, jack hole. And I deny it. And I know you can just do mismatch location, rate it a 1 and move on. But I get curious. And so I'm like, well, they obviously took the picture. There's somewhere.
Right.
But
how did they do this?
Yeah.
Did they print out a picture and just hold it up?
I want to find it. Oh, yeah. No. I mean, you could tell it was something. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I heard that you're more likely to get that. Oh, you know how
the timeout thing?
Yeah, where it tells you, like, they kind of tell you, take a break.
Yeah, change up how you're doing stuff or whatever.
Yeah, because when all of them are so identical, the system knows you're using something, and they don't want you to do that. They want you to really analyze each portal submission as a unique portal submission. So yeah, I would encourage you not to use those things because things, especially like, is this location accurate? It's not going to be the same because people move stuff all the time for whatever reason. Either they think, inside a church, like if we're going to use a church example, for some people, if they're a member of that congregation, they're going to want that thing inside the church. So while they're sitting there in church, paying attention, of course.
Right. So they don't want to go to hell while they're playing Ingress.
Yeah. and then other people are going to be like, well, I don't go to that church, so I want it in the parking lot. So, and then other people are going to be like, well, I live next door to that church, so I want it way back here.
Right.
So you have to kind of look closely at each one because you don't know what the motives were for each person submitting that portal.
Yeah. And I think we've talked about this before, and we both kind of do the same thing, the focal point of the item. But like you said, there's people who maybe want it over to one side or the other because they're like, well, there's one that's in the S2 cell and we need it on this side, so it makes it.
If it looks like it's slightly off, but it's still reachable by, it's still within the area, but it's slightly off. I kind of assume the person's doing a pogo mapping thing for a Pokestop situation. Like, so if it's a few meters off, I don't adjust it. I just give it, I just make sure if it's like too far off, I won't adjust it, but I'll give it like a 4 instead of the 5. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect 5 location. So there's that. But like if someone takes, it doesn't matter. This is all OPR stuff. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Yeah, we need just an OPR podcast.
We're just going to be the OPR podcast.
And I actually had a new portal locally that just got made at a church. And this church, oddly enough, a few weeks after Pokemon Go came out, they put up one of those gates out to block their drive.
Yes.
But they had this like kind of back drive that you can get in if you know where it is. But another portal that's a playground on their property just got approved. I'm like, oh my god, these guys are gonna like figure it out and like have them both removed now. So
but people playing in the playground are gonna want to
no one plays on that playground. I mean, it's like it's a crappy playground that you would see in someone's backyard. Yeah, it just happens to be next to the church, so it's not it's fine as a portal. It's just I think I don't know. I don't know if the small churches that put up these gates to block people from playing the game, I don't think they know what's going on. So I don't think they even know to like get rid of the portal. I think they're just like, why do these people keep driving in here late at night? Or there's like a bunch of people standing around, like what's going on? And no one's. This is my point about like if there's one of these places, let them know what's going on. Yeah, that's what I think.
Go up and say hello. But
I think there's marketing that people are missing out on these. Like there was someone I believe in our Telegram channel that was talking about a mall that had a bunch of stops removed, and I'm like, that's just marketing gold for you and your business. Like if I was
hanging out.
Do what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I was getting a store at a mall,
you're gonna spend more money. Yeah.
So, and I think that'll be interesting to see if like people start charging more for. No, there's a Pokestop in that spot, so we're charging an extra $50 a month. Like, why not?
Okay, there's a question I have. If it's if it's a restaurant or a pub that I frequent,
a super hyper local spot.
I put that portal location in the dead center of that restaurant so that no matter where I'm seated, I can sit there and hack while I have my lunch.
Right.
But then I see places where people they have the portal for a restaurant like in the parking lot. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. So, where do you like to have restaurant portals? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, of course I would love it inside, but I think when I see it on OPR or when I'm submitting it, I always do whatever the focus is of the image. So if it's the sign like over the door, then I try to do it on the door location. But I will try to submit something inside that's somewhere that now I can actually get a portal inside because of artwork. Don't do the Mexican art in Mexican restaurants. It doesn't seem to work. I've tried it a lot. I don't know why.
I 1-star generic decor all the time.
I think
if it is generic decor, it is.
I think the golden sun made out of like brass on the wall is amazing artwork, and we should celebrate it. Especially at the Mexican buffet.
You need to find out the artist's name. You need to find out the artist's name and submit that information with your portal.
Well, when I looked for the name, it just said made in China. So
it said Walmart on the back.
Right. So I don't know who the artist is. But I don't think it was Walmart.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're like way over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So no, it's good. It's good. I just think we should just go ahead and save these last few. Since they're not audio, we'll save them for the next episode. See, audio gets preference.
Because we don't get stuff all the time. Well, yeah, and plus two, we don't get stuff all the time, so it'd be good to have something for next week in case we don't get anything for next week.
Yeah, and keep in mind it is anomaly season for the next couple months, so there may be shorter shows as we're getting prepared to own. I don't know if that's the word. Ingress, but anyway, so thanks for watching tonight. We do have a passcode. Do you want to give this passcode out since one of your beauties?
Achievement code, thanks to the Global Hack Challenge, is AA, Hack 'em all, AA. And that is spelled AAHACKEMALLAA.
And this will be available on the 12th when the episode comes out. It will not be available for the live stream. I apologize for that. Anomaly prep, sorry. I'm calling it.
Sorry, he's distracted.
This global challenge thing's got me working overtime. So everybody have a great week. We'll see you next week on the, what is that, the 18th?
Yep.
So have a great Valentine's Day or anti-Valentine's Day. Go out and hack for your faction and make a heart with your hacks. Go hack with a co-agent.
Yeah, and if you do Instagram, then add us and our Instagram, and then we can share it with others as well and like it and everything. So agent_academy is our Instagram. That's all I got.
That's all you got, so now we'll do this. That's all we got. Y'all have a good evening. Bye-bye.